Welcome to Health Club with Julia. I'm your host, health coach, and registered dietitian, Julia Campagna. I'm on a mission to bridge the gap between looking your best and living your life to the fullest. After years of over dieting, struggling with disordered eating, and destroying my social life, I finally found how to reach my dream physique without sacrificing the things I love. Now I'm sharing all my strategies and education with you. We'll be talking all things health, including hormones, metabolism, and lifestyle to help you cut out the confusion and start living. So get cozy and join the club. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of the Health Club with Julia podcast. As always, I'm so happy you are here, and an extra special introduction on this one because by the time this one launches, it is going to be Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everyone who celebrates. Whoever does not celebrate Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays to all. I cannot believe we are here at Christmas time already. I don't know about anybody else, but I feel like as I am getting older, every year that I get older, the year goes by faster. Like when I think back to myself in like high school, I feel like the years went by so slow. And I felt that during that age time. I was like, oh my God, the days go by so slow, the weeks go by so slow, the year goes by so slow. And now here I am, and it is just every year flies by. Like I feel like January 2024 was yesterday and now we're almost in January of 2025. It's wild to me. But I hope that you are all celebrating your holidays in the best way possible, enjoying the people around you, just enjoying the times. Holidays are a blessing because they're just so much fun, and who doesn't love the holidays? I'm sure there are people out there who does not love the holidays, but they're also stressful, so hopefully you're not too stressed with everything. But yeah, I can't believe we're here. Happy holidays to all. But let's dive into why you're really here. I want to talk today about restoring minerals and boosting your liver detox post-hormonal birth control. So there's a couple things that we need to understand with hormonal birth control. First and foremost, that's going to help us understand more about this specific episode. So let's dive into some of the things that hormonal birth control does that's, again, going to kind of contribute to what we're going to talk about today. So hormonal birth control, it's giving you a low level of hormones all month long. So you are not just like producing your normal natural hormones, you are getting synthetic hormones added into your body all month long that is kind of leveling out your hormones, so to speak, or like, for lack of a better term, flatlining them. You're not having the normal fluctuations and curves of someone who is not on hormonal birth control. Yours are pretty much just like steady across the entire month. So estrogen, progestin, these are the most common. This is one area that we're going to talk about today is the liver detox, and this is one part of why it's important to understand this. So your liver has to move through these two, estrogen, okay, get that out, and progestin. Your liver has to move through these and move them out of your body at an appropriate rate, again, because your liver is responsible for detox, excreting excess toxins and other things in the body, so it needs to move through these and excrete them out. These can also add a burden to your liver and could potentially change your gut microbiome to some degree. And I don't mean like fully damaging your gut microbiome, but it can influence different things in your microbiome. So you might see things like dysbiosis or overgrowth of certain bacteria. So dysbiosis, an imbalance with good and bad bacteria in the gut, overgrowth of certain bacterias, etc. You know, there could be other things that you might experience, but it could be changing your gut microbiome to some degree. And the gut has to be working well in order to help the liver work well. So those two go hand in hand with each other. And so if these synthetic hormones that you're getting are adding a burden to your liver, so your liver is not functioning as well, it's also changing your gut microbiome and causing things like overgrowth or dysbiosis or other issues. And so your gut is also not working the greatest as well, and your gut has to work well in order to help your liver work well. You can see how this can be really damaging to your overall body and why these things are so important in overall hormonal support. Also, hormonal birth control can deplete minerals and vitamins due to the disruption in your gut and also your liver and the ability to absorb certain vitamins or minerals. So there's a few that can be depleted through use of hormonal birth control, some of them being potassium, magnesium, B vitamins, zinc, selenium. Those are some of the ones that can be depleted, but there are others as well. And again, because mostly stemming from this kind of gut damage / liver damage that could potentially happen while you're on it. So those are just some of the leading things I wanted to kind of mention here, because I think that's important to know first before diving into the other areas that I want to talk about. So now moving into these areas, so we know that, as I just mentioned, hormonal birth control can deplete certain vitamins and minerals in your body because of other issues going on, but we want to be able to support minerals and also restore them for when you do come off of them. You can support your body's minerals while still on birth control, and then you'll want to work on restoring those minerals after, because again, if you're on it, odds are you're going to be depleting these minerals in some sense in the imagination. So like one way or another, some of these are going to be depleted, and so you can't totally restore these minerals if you're still on it, but you can support your body while still on it. So let's talk about different ways that you can support your minerals and also restore them, which is kind of going to be the same as supporting minerals. You're just going to be doing it for a longer period of time. So let's go over some of the things. One is adrenal mocktails, which I mentioned this on last week's episode, talking about liver detox in terms of what to be eating for your hormones. And I had mentioned in last week's episode that I was going to be talking more about adrenal mocktails on this episode. So here we are, we're talking more about them. This is a really fun way to aid in mineral support for your body, because there's a lot of different methods that you can use for adrenal mocktails. So again, you can look up adrenal mocktails on Instagram, TikTok, probably just Google. If you Googled adrenal mocktails, a ton would come up. Get there's a lot of different ways that you can make adrenal mocktails, which is the fun part, because you can make it to what you enjoy and kind of get creative with it and have some fun with it. But on a general basis, what is included in an adrenal mocktail is sodium, potassium, and whole food vitamin C. So these are different vitamins and minerals that are important for bodily functions. So those are going to be like the basic things that you want to have in an adrenal mocktail. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can do this. There's going to be some ways, and I've tried a few different methods of this as well. I've tried a few different recipes for adrenal mocktails, but there are going to be some that are going to be a little bit higher in sugar, and some that will help balance blood sugar more than others. So if you're somebody who has PCOS or is just looking to overall balance your blood sugar and keep that under control more so than somebody else, this version might be best for you. So one version that you can do is something like a coconut water, having some coconut water in there with like a pinch of salt, and then put in either lemon or lime in there for that vitamin C. So you're getting the potassium from the coconut water, the sodium from the salt, and then the vitamin C from the lemon and lime. So you're getting still all of those elements, but it's not really too high in sugar. And this is going to be best for someone who is looking to balance your blood sugar. Now, there are other methods that you can do as well. So one of the ones that I love to do, and I've tried 2 variations with this. So one that's a little bit higher in sugar, that I would probably suggest you pair with a meal to lessen that blood sugar spike. So again, this is another way that you can do this. If you don't want to have just the basic coconut water, pinch of salt, lemon, lime, and you want to have something a little bit more fun, a little bit more tasty than that, you can, and you're somebody who is looking to stabilize your blood sugar, you can have the other kinds of adrenal mocktails, but I would definitely pair it with a meal so that you're lessening that blood sugar spike. So you're still kind of being cautious of your blood sugar in this sense. But some other methods that you can use is For the vitamin C aspect, you can add in orange juice, and then you can do coconut water again for that potassium, or cream of tartar is great for this as well. And then again, do a pinch of salt. So it's still kind of similar. You're still doing salt, coconut water, but you're adding in orange juice instead of the lemon or lime. That can make it a little bit more tasteful. One that I have done in the past that I absolutely love, and it kind of tastes like an orange creamsicle, if you will. If you're somebody who loves orange creamsicles, I highly recommend this one. It is so good. I did orange juice for that vitamin C. I did coconut milk in the can, so you're getting that like creamy, coconut milky kind of flavor, so it's adding a little bit of thickness to the mocktail and also creaminess, so that's where it's like an orange creamsicle. You're getting that creaminess from the coconut milk. And I'm not talking about like the coconut milk in a milk container, because I know just like almond milk, oat milk, there's coconut milk out there. That's a little bit more water-based. I'm talking about the coconut milk from the can that has the coconut cream on top. You mix it all together, you put that in. So it was orange juice, coconut milk. I believe I did a little bit of coconut water as well, and then I also did a pinch of salt. That was so, so good. I've also made it with aloe vera juice as well, which is delicious too. Be careful if you're somebody who is weirded out by textures. Aloe vera juice, or the one that I had at least, did have like clumps of the aloe vera in it, which did not bother me. I'm not somebody who is like easily skeeved out by textures of foods or drinks, but the flavor was really good as well. So again, that's, I don't know, I think I just gave like 4 different variations of an adrenal mocktail, but you can look them up online pretty much anywhere, and some form of it will come up. Also, Pinterest is a great place to look this up, but there's many different kinds of recipes you can use for this. Again, you still want to stick with the basis of sodium, potassium, and whole food vitamin C as your 3 elements that you want to make sure you're having in there, no matter what kind of recipe you are using. But that is one way to support minerals. You're getting the sodium, potassium, and the vitamin C in there. So it's a really fun way to support your minerals and help restore them post birth control. But you can also have these during it, and again, it will support your minerals even while on it. Second thing that you can do is add in more mineral rich foods. So bone broth is very, very good for mineral support. You can sip this if you are somebody who likes bone broth. You can add this to certain meals as well. So like, for example, I always like to cook my rice in bone broth, so I'm getting the extra benefit of protein and minerals in my rice that I'm having. There's also a recipe for bone broth hot chocolate, talking about, you know, we're obviously, you're listening to this is Christmas, so we're in colder months, unless you're somewhere like in Australia where it's summer for you now. But for those of us who are near the States or just having winter right now, hot chocolate is obviously like a comfort thing in the wintertime. But there are recipes for bone broth hot chocolate where it's, again, you're adding some protein to the chocolatey drink, you're adding some minerals to that chocolatey drink. To be honest, I am an honest person. I will not lie to you. I have tried bone broth hot chocolate 2 or 3 times, and it's disgusting to me. Like, I can't get on the bandwagon, and I don't know what it is. I've tried beef bone broth, I've tried chicken bone broth. I've heard definitely use chicken bone broth because it's not as deep of a flavor, like a poultry meaty flavor. So that did help. I will say it helped, but it still just tastes like bone broth, like a broth from chicken. Like, it doesn't mix with chocolate in my mind, like chicken broth and chocolate. It doesn't seem like it goes together. But this is one that is also getting a lot more attention lately, and a lot of people love it. So if you're somebody who has had a bone broth hot chocolate recipe that you really enjoy, please comment it below or send it to me on Instagram, because I would love to love it. Like, bone broth is so great. There's so many benefits to bone broth. And I love hot chocolate. I can't get behind the mixture of bone broth and chocolate. It's just not working out for me. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong with my recipe, but I gotta figure it out. I think I did chicken broth, cocoa powder, maple syrup, and I don't know if I had anything else in there, but I know I had those 3 things, and that's like the basis for bone broth hot chocolate. And it's just not good to me. But if you're someone who loves it, that's great for you. It's a great way to add minerals into your diet. If you do love the recipe, send it over to me, please, because I will try again. I just haven't found a recipe that I actually enjoy. But bone broth in general, whether you have it as bone broth hot chocolate or not, is great to add in minerals to your diet. Other things, fruit and vegetables are going to be high in vitamins and minerals as well, so make sure you're having a variety of those in your diet. Another really, really great food source for minerals is grass-fed beef organs. So beef liver, kidney, heart. I know it sounds very gross and a lot of people don't have that, but they are high in minerals as well. So it's a couple things about this. One, you can supplement it. There are liver supplements that you can get if you are just like, there's no way in hell I'm having liver, heart, or kidneys from an animal. I get it. So you can have a supplement. I know I have a supplement here because I don't eat liver or animal organs often at all, like never, basically. So I do have one from ProMix. There are a ton of different supplement brands that will carry this, but the one that I specifically have is ProMix beef liver supplement. You can also add this into recipes and like hide it. Just like you would if you had kids and you're trying to hide your veggies somewhere so that they get in their vegetables. It's kind of the same deal. You can hide this in different recipes. So I know I've made meatballs, and you can get different organ meats from like Whole Foods or different variety of grocery stores. I know like my Stop and Shop, ShopRite, I actually don't know about ShopRite, but I know Stop and Shop doesn't really carry organ meats, but Whole Foods I do believe does. And you can take the organ meat, chop that up and mix it with like meatballs or any other ground beef kind of dish, and you can hide it in your meals. That's an easy way. You don't really taste it that way, and it's not like right there in your face, so it's not as gross looking. So you can do that and mix it into different recipes to get in extra minerals in your meals. But organ meats are so good for minerals in your diet. So that's the second thing that I would say. And then the third thing I would say with supporting minerals is going to get testing done. Some people are fine with their minerals and some people are deficient in some. So go test, see what minerals you are lacking in and see what needs some support. Get a mineral test done, and then from there you can see what you need to focus on most in terms of getting that through like diet and or supplementation if necessary. But I would test and see what you actually need first and foremost. But these are things that you can do to support your minerals while on birth control, and then I would continue to do these things for a few months post hormonal birth control whenever you do come off of it, to again then replenish those minerals that were lost. So that's both supporting and restoring your minerals. And now let's talk a little bit more about liver and how you can support your liver, support your detox. This again, I would continue to do for like 3 to 6 months post birth control. Some of these things are great for general health and you might want to just adopt doing these for the long term. But more specifically, if you want to do it for the post birth control health benefit, because your body is kind of a little out of whack since being on the birth control, I would do this for at least 3 to 6 months after you come off of birth control, these things that I'm going to mention. So first thing, let's talk about nutrition. We're always going to kind of gear towards nutrition focus first. So ways that you can support your liver and liver detox through nutrition is some spring foods. So like bitter foods. Bitters are great for digestion and overall liver detox. Greens are going to be great here. Cilantro, parsley, these are great herbs to add in for some liver detox support. Arugula is a really, that kind of goes hand in hand with greens and also bitters. It's a bitter green, but that's going to aid in liver detox support and overall liver support in general. Radishes is another food that you can add more of for that liver support. Artichoke is great. Milk thistle, there's different variations of this. You can get a supplement, you can get a tea, but milk thistle is great. Dandelion root, again, this comes in tea form as well. That one's great. Cruciferous vegetables are also highly great for liver support. So broccoli, kale, cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, these are all cruciferous vegetables, and these are going to be great for aiding in liver detox as well. So those are some of the foods that are really great for supporting your liver. I do like to take a food-based approach first. So like I said, I would eat a couple of these foods a day for weeks, if not months. Like I said, I want you to probably work on these for like 3 to 6 months post hormonal birth control to really get the best effect from them. So I just mentioned a good handful of foods. Switch through these foods, try to get as many of these foods into your diet, and do this for a few months to get the best effect. Other food nutrition things that you can add in, so you can do ACV or apple cider vinegar, you can do that, or warm lemon water in the morning. This can help start digestion. Now, I do want to emphasize that like warm lemon water or apple cider vinegar is not magic. You still need to be working on other areas to support overall digestion and liver support, but these things can be great to kind of help start your digestion after you are asleep for your 7-8 hour block that you are asleep for. So these are two methods that you can use to kind of kickstart that in the morning. Another kind of fun food that is getting a lot of attention lately is raw carrot salads. Again, there's a couple different ways that you can do this. I mean, the basis of it is the same. It's literally just raw carrots that you like peel or shred, however you want to eat them. But you can use different kinds of vinaigrettes or dressings or toppings to add onto it for different flavors and tastes. But this is great for insoluble fiber. Insoluble fiber does help flush out excess hormones, so it does help with that liver detox. So raw carrot salads is definitely something that you can add in, honestly, daily. There's not going to be any negative benefit from it, so if you can do it daily, that's great. If you can do it a couple times a week, also that's fine, that's great. But adding in raw carrot salads is a definite benefit. Some other things that I want to note here as well are healthy fats. So things like salmon, nuts, and seeds, these are going to be really great for liver support. So make sure that you are adopting a little bit more higher fats to aid in that. And then also fiber is very, very important for overall digestion and liver support and detox as well. So fiber is one of those things that a lot of people underestimate and we don't get enough of. I want to say on average, people probably have about like 15 grams of fiber on average, which is quite low. We want anywhere from like 25 to 35 grams of fiber every single day. So if you're not, tracking macros or numbers, that can be a little bit hard to understand if you're hitting your fiber or not, but make sure that you are getting in at least 1 to 2 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. Have a lot of whole grains in your diet. Those are going to be your biggest sources of fiber there, but aim to get in higher fiber in your diet as well. So that's all nutrition related stuff to help support your liver and your liver detox. Another thing that you want to focus on is daily movement, getting up, getting moving every single day. And I don't mean having a rigorous workout every single day, I just mean movement every single day. So that might mean some days you're getting up and going to the gym. That might mean it's a walk. Sometimes you might be running if you enjoy that, but getting in some daily movement. Honestly, the lower intensity, the better for daily movement. Again, HIIT has its time and place, high intensity movement has its time and place, and there are benefits to that as well. But don't underestimate the power of simply just walking and doing some low intensity exercise. But you do want to be moving on a daily basis. And again, not overtraining, so adding in more of that low intensity exercise like walking. Another thing to help support liver detox is castor oil. You can either do this in castor oil packs, or some people simply just put castor oil like on their belly button. That is a place that is helpful for absorption of it, especially if you're like stimulating it, rubbing your belly a little bit with the castor oil. It's going to help with that absorption. But castor oil is really, really great. It promotes detox by stimulating the liver. It also does help to reduce inflammation, which is also beneficial for liver detox. So this is an easy way to help support your liver. You can get castor oil pretty much anywhere. I know you can just get it on Amazon, next day delivery or whatever it looks like, if you have Prime. But yeah, castor oil is very accessible, very easy to get. And again, you can either use that as castor oil packs where you're putting it on it's kind of like a cloth that you wrap around where your liver is, or simply just putting a little bit on your finger, putting it on your belly button, rubbing it around to stimulate that way. Castor oil packs are, again, very easy and definitely shown to help improve your liver support. And then the last thing I want to mention here with liver support is drinking your water, making sure that you are staying hydrated. Obviously, hydration is going to help flush things out of you in terms of urine, but we want to get things moving along, flushing things out. Keep in mind with supporting your minerals, if you are having a ton of water and you are not adding any minerals to it, drinking too much water without additional mineral support can actually make you dehydrated. Fun fact for you. So for those of you who are like, I drink a gallon plus of water every single day, you might want to add an electrolyte mix to that or add some salt to your water to help with that mineral balance, because you can, if you drink too much water and you're flushing things out, whatever you're flushing out, like excess hormones and stuff like that, you are also probably going to be flushing out excess minerals, which we don't want. So add some electrolyte powder or salt to your water if you are someone who drinks a ton of water during the day. If you don't, you have like a basic general water supply during the day, odds are you're probably fine. But again, it doesn't hurt to add in some like electrolyte powder in there as well. But definitely drink your water to help flush things through with your liver support. So those are all the things that I wanted to mention in terms of supporting your minerals and restoring your minerals post-birth control, and then also supporting your liver detox again while on it. And then you'll want to do those liver supporting habits for about 3 to 6 months minimum after birth control as well, to help move things along as your body is kind of revamping itself with its hormones. So again, this is really important because of what we talked about early on in this episode and how hormonal birth control can affect your gut health, your liver health, and also depleting your vitamins and minerals. So it's important to support your body while on it and also support and restore certain functions when you come off of it. So if this was helpful, if you guys learned something new, give this episode a like, a review, a comment. Let me know what you think about it. I will leave my Instagram below if you have any questions. As always, I am here for you. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Again, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays to everybody, and I will see you guys next week in the new year.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Health Club with Julia podcast. If you love the episode, share the podcast and tag me, and subscribe so you don't miss any further episodes. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a DM. Thanks for being a part of the club. See you next time.